Alright, let me kind of make this 100% clear before anyone comments the exact same thing. Because trust me, I 100% understand that basically every YouTuber plus their grandma has made a everything wrong with Overwatch video. Overwatch is dead. Or, yeah, that's pretty much it. Overwatch is dead. Now listen, I played Overwatch for quite some time. I played originally over my cousin's house, then got my own system. Well, no, I played over my cousin's house, then bought the game myself, and then I just played it for a very long time. Now let me be 100% clear with you. Just because I didn't play ranked or comp doesn't mean anything. I hate ranked games in general. I don't play games in ranked. Hey, that's too. I'm not that type of person. So without further ado, here we go. Oh, I'm not saying Overwatch is dead, but it's kind of like a puppy that messed up your sheets. The puppy's not dead, but it's kind of been bad. It's not a good boy, but it's a bad boy. And Overwatch is kind of a bad boy right now. Now, in defense of anything that kind of recently just happened the past couple days and years of playing Overwatch, let me just clarify that I took about a good 2 or 3 month break from the game just to see what the hell was going on and everything. And honestly, yeah, a lot has changed big time. Now, the biggest thing is, of course, Bastille, but we're going to get to that later. Let's go over a couple things about why Overwatch just turned to complete, I wouldn't say dust, but fossils. It's not dust, but it's kind of out of rare state right now. Now, normally people in like Overwatch dead videos kind of complain about all the people that's quadded. Like, everyone's gonna keep doing that. Now, personally, the design of the game, the art styles of all the costumes, yeah, that's pretty good and everything. But the thing about it is, Overwatch does a couple things that it's kind of bullshit. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, well, why don't you do this all the time? So, number one, events. Now, when it comes to the Chinese New Year event, that's doable. When it comes to the Christmas events, that's doable. But when it comes to like things like Lucio Ball or other game modes just like that, like why don't you have Lucio Ball the whole entire thing instead of like the summer? Or just events like the Revelation. I forgot the name of it. Don't judge me. I'll probably just put it on the screen right now with Genji, Mora, McCree, and Reaper. That was not a seasonal event at all. That was just a random thing you guys put into it. And that goes to the next thing I just wanted to talk about. That actually shot my brain just now. Now, kind of the story. How do I put this in a couple words here? Overwatch's story, I hate it now. Overwatch story is completely simple. The group of heroes at first were basically the Avengers. There's hell no, but a group of people. Well, then they decided to go against the Omnics, a robot group, and they decided to tear up everything. Then the Overwatch team decided to defeat them, and then they eventually broke off, with Reaper doing some undercover stuff and going too far and getting fired and went to the opposite side, becoming a villain. And at first, you'd be thinking to yourself, okay, this is cool. This is kind of a cool thing to do. Then other characters in Overwatch, and it's not bad, but it's annoying. Overwatch characters kind of have the same bias or same opinion or kind of quote. And I quote unquote say villain. What I mean by that is mostly every Overwatch character I'll probably put up on the screen here has ever dealt with a backstory specifically with the Omnics. And it's not like, oh, it's a bad thing or like it's specifically like the worst thing ever. It's just kind of like you kind of can't think of an idea. Even Bastille that just came out dealt with everything. Then when it came to the Omnics, then they had to say, oh, he went to the bad side, then he went to the good side. You know who else went to the good side and went to the bad side? Reaper. It's kind of unoriginal, and I just kind of like hate. It's really messed up. Like, you can't have an extraordinary character be different. I mean, it's not that changed. I hate Bastion, but at least he was an Omnics that turned to a bad guy, because that's kind of a big, kind of cool thing. A guy that was the enemy is now a hero. And although I hate Bastion, I love his backstory too. And Genji's and Hanzo's has nothing to do with Omnics whatsoever. Alright, now if you want to make the assumption, then you go online to some gay ass fan art, then go ahead. But vice versa. So you don't have to justify or like kind of explain yourself when it comes to all this stuff. Like I can't think of a single other Overwatch backstory other than maybe Tracers and Widowmakers that kind of has to do with Overwatch's and I guess Omnics. There's also Sombras, which is which is probably the second best one in my opinion. I love it so much. It's amazing. It introduces Sombra perfectly. And that's the thing about Overwatch. When it comes to original characters, they'll dedicate all the animation towards that, but Bastien or whatever, not Bastien or whatever the guy's name is yeah, they're just gonna put some paint and art over it. I'm not complaining, I can't draw for crap, but it's like, really, I was bored out the whole entire story. Alright, okay, some guy lost his family. Okay, that's half the Overwatch characters. Let's see, you want the bad guy? Yeah, that's true. You want the good guy? That's also the same thing too. Not bad. The one thing that always just makes me mad is just like that when it comes to this one plot point, and it really kind of does matter. And okay, pay attention. When Sombra in her whole entire cinematic goes to the Russian ambassador or president, whatever her name is she eventually confronts her. Instead of killing her or taking the information, she turns off Reaper's comm, including Widowmaker, to have a discussion with her, agreeing that you need to continue with your work and research and go undercover for me. Now, normally you'd be like, oh wow, this is kind of cool. Oh, but here's the big plot twist. She wants to send, the Russian ambassador, after Sombra leaves, she sends a spy to go after Sombra. Guess who that is? Yeah, it's Zarya. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, you hate Zarya? No, I personally love Zarya. But the one problem I have with Zarya, I guess you can technically say, is it's like, why did you honestly just send Zarya? Like, why in the world did you send Zarya? Think about it like this. Sombra has the power to go invisible. Oh, she hacked basically all the electronics in the cinematic to a robot's hand, and just the passwords of the whole entire building. Like, she had everything in the palm of her hands, and you want Zarya to track her? I mean, Zarya is a good tactician, one of the best tanks in the game, but that's kind of dumb. It's like really, really, really crazy to me how Overwatch comes up with the storylines that kind of like, then they just mix up the story. It's kind of like J.K. Rowling a bit. But the thing about it is Overwatch does it in the most quietest ways possible, that we can't hate them for it a little bit, but we could just hate the community, and that kind of goes to the second thing about it. Now, normally I would hate to say fan base, because personally I don't consider myself a fan of Overwatch. I just like to play the game. But we can't anymore, because Jeff over here, let's just say anything that he does from this point on, people will automatically judge. And the simplest things too. So for instance, it's when Tracer came out, I think it was like the first, let's see, Overwatch came out in the first 6 months of Overwatch, maybe less than that. Tracer came out as gay, and we all accepted it, and we didn't care because she was a video game character, and it was kind of cool. But when Soldier, 6 years after the game, finally comes out and everything like that, and like a little, the fucked up thing is about the whole entire thing and controversy was, it was only like 5 lines between Ana and Soldier about Soldier coming out and everything like that. Like, that's it? Like, we're never gonna talk about this again? I mean, Tracer, there's tons of like things that Overwatch introduced her to give her a good backstory, right? But Soldier, they just gave him 5 lines, and that could be misinterpreted in 2 different ways, either gay or not gay, or just a brother relationship. Yeah. Now, how did the Overwatch team respond? Okay, apparently if you hate Soldier, you're technically homophobic. Now, personally, what I think about it is 2 things. At the end of the day, Soldier 76 is still a healing camping bitch, and who always just heals all the time and just shoots. Who also uses a grenade launcher and constantly aimbots. And guess what? Since he's gay, do I still use him? No. Do I still get killed by him? Yes. You know why? Because he's a video game character. You're arguing about something that doesn't honestly matter. At the end of the day, he's a video game character. If Genji was gay, I wouldn't care. I'm still using Genji. If Hanzo was, I don't care. Here, there's tons of video game characters that I don't understand why it's a big deal. Apex Legends, they did a video, I think IGN did it too. They introduced like the first ever gay character in Apex Legends. And then a lot of people got controversy on that too. And the thing about it is, who cares? cares? At the end of the day, people will still play these guys and play Apex Legends because it's better than Fortnite, hands down. But vice versa, like, why? Alright, it doesn't honestly matter. It doesn't even change the storyline either. Like, I'm pretty sure fighting the Omnics, a robot enemy organization, no one cares if you're gay during a robot organization like that. No one honestly cares. If I'm getting shot by a group of people and my best friend is gay and that's somehow important when I'm being shot, then there's something wrong with you. There's honestly no reason at all why it was a controversy to begin with. How was it a controversy to begin with? Why is it a controversy to begin with? Again, if someone is gay, it does not honestly completely matter. I'm happy for you. I really am. I just don't like the fan base. It doesn't honestly matter. If you make a big deal out of it, then you're just getting attention. And Jeff knows this too. Like, I'm pretty sure he knew that this was a good idea. And it came out the blue, like, flat out. Now, instead of coming up with Overwatch content, they just come up with these sly not clickbait, but kind of, I guess you could technically say that clickbait, like, kind of like these clickbait things that are real. It's kind of like when you click a video that's clickbait that you know for a fact is, like, wrong, but you watch it anyway and it's not clickbait and it's even worse, or something like that. And it's, like, redonkulous. I can't honestly explain why it's just such a big deal. Man, it's just really bad, man. Not to mention Diva's thing. Now, Diva cinematic, it was alright. It was pretty cool. Well, one thing I hated about it was the fan base itself. Now, technically speaking, Jeff is not at fault at all. He did a good job with Diva cinematic. He did a good job, 10 out of 10, man. But here's the problem, and here's the thing with it. When it comes to the cinematic of the whole entire game and the premise of it, they'll find the most littlest details in the galaxy. Like, this is worse than Screen Rant, and Screen Rant honestly sucks. This is worse than anything I've ever seen before. Or with all the other characters doing absolutely just nothing in the background. There's only Diva and her friend, and not only did they get friend zoned, by the way, rest in peace, but vice versa. He gets friend zoned, and everyone automatically assumed, because she's gay. What? Not only that, in the cinematic, there's actually Diva's whole entire mech team, including a girl named Demon with the M. Now, how did people respond to this? Since their names are right next to each other, and their rooms are right next to each other, and their sofas are right next to each other, they have to be gay. And what? Like, you cannot get to me face to face and think to this too. Like, it's not even a big of a deal. Like, it's not big of a deal at all, man. And like, I can rant about Overwatch all day long for videos, hands down. Like, you just give me the subs and you just give me like some views or just some credit or just some water, and I could do this for days. I'm not doing this for views, even though I kind of just said that. I meant views as like, hey, people can see this and get the idea that this game is kind of crucial. So it's critical at the moment. That's a better word. Overwatch is not dead or alive. It's kind of at a critical state, where they care about it's like they care about the fan base more than the game, which is technically the game, but no, there's a big difference between a fan base and a living game. A big difference, and I can't grasp it any harder than that. There's a big difference between a fan base and a game. Hey, well, that's kind of how I do today. So I know it's like a 15-minute video, but just deal with it, okay? I'm tired. So I hope you guys just enjoyed the video and everything like that. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and everything about that. And if you want more Overwatch rants, I 100% got you, my G.